Hello and welcome to another update video about Verasity. So not covered very often, but it is this week on our coin request poll of the community. Every week Discord members can vote for certain coins. I take this list as inspiration, also try to cover as many of these as possible. As you can see here, this is our poll, and Verasity was voted for. I mean, most of the other ones I'm covering anyway throughout the week, but yeah, there are these ones that I don't cover regularly, like VAI as well, Neon, EOS, and so on. I always give my best to cover these. So Verasity is in line now. It's Veracity's moment now, and I wanted to share with you my analysis. Some of these are, published for gold members. Some of these are published as member only videos. Some of these are published here on YouTube in public. It always depends a little bit on schedule, which other videos are planned, and so on. What I wanted to share with you is the daily chart first here for Verasity. And I mean, this chart hasn't really changed in months. So there is a bullish and a bearish count and a very clear pivot in between. All right. So if we break below the November low, this upside breakout attempt has failed. And the bullish count is, in my opinion, hopium. So the yellow count is not preferred until we see a little bit more price action. I'm not going to rule it out, but the idea is here that we had a wave 1. This here is some kind of a wave 2, but the problem is, it's just a problem, how deep this wave 2 went. I mean, okay, not necessarily that. It's more about, just look at the structure here. I mean, is this the low? Is this the low for the wave 2? It just creates problems, this structure. I could even put the wave 2 here. That's the problem with these double bottoms. But if the wave 2 is here, right, then the problem is that this here looks like a 5-wave move down. And a wave 2 can't be a 5-wave move. Whereas I could make a case for an A, B, C structure with a short wave 2, with a short wave C of 2. But, that just creates lots of problems. So thinking about it, if I shift the support area to the right, I could even make a case here for the wave 2 to be over here. And then it's something like A wave down. We're now working on a complex B wave and would then move down in wave C. But then the next bull market, that could be explosive. So that we basically now are just working on a B wave. That would be a good alternative. Let me actually highlight that. That would, in the short term, not really make a difference, but it would still mean that we won't go to new all-time lows, right? Because there's the white count, which is bearish, and the yellow count, which is, well, you could say also bearish after this rally in the B wave. So again, in both counts, we expect higher price short term. Don't think, this. I'm telling you this goes down now. No, I'm not suggesting that. We're going to zoom in a minute. I think we should go higher in the short term. Of course, there will be an invalidation point, but I think we should go higher in the short term based on what the chart shows. But then there could be a local top somewhere, which will then, in the next larger correction, also after Bitcoin puts the top in place, will lead to a move down. And that will likely be wave C of 2. Or in the white count, we could completely see new lows. Right? So, and then bear in mind that even this B wave can overshoot. So I'm not suggesting, this is gonna only go up a little bit. It could go up quite substantially. I just want to make sure that it's very clear that I don't see it, at the moment at least, as most probable scenario that we see all-time highs in this particular rally. And that's just based on what I see in the market structure. Can I rule it out completely? No. But a 5-wave move down is actually normally quite a strong signal. And the move up has also been a bit choppy. So let's talk about the yellow scenario in detail. You see it here in the yellow count. We actually have a 5-wave move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be in yellow. So that would be wave A, or it would be wave 1 in white. So then we can say that in the yellow B wave, we're moving up in an A, B, C structure. Now that would be In both counts, white and yellow, the same thing. As you can see here, I would have to change the wave degree of that C wave. So why is that important? It's important because we don't at the moment need to distinguish between the white count and the yellow one. It will have an impact in the next larger correction. So A, B, C. If that's wave 2 in white or wave B in yellow will be decided later. The higher we go, the more likely it is it's the yellow count, because then it can better withstand the next large correction that will happen in the crypto sector. And if we can hold above long-term support, this could set the stage for a substantial rally in the next bull market or next bullish cycle. And in the short term, I assume we go higher anyway. Looking at the structure, this looks like a wave 1 in a diagonal. So wave C could be a diagonal. Wave 2 to the downside, which was the low early November. Now we're moving up in this third wave of wave C. By the way, from down here, we were watching for the C wave to start. I mean, this rally, it's not substantial, not yet at least, but it wasn't a surprise. The structure obviously reacted here to that, to Fibonacci support in August. Back in September, I issued an update on Discord. Here we were still holding around 0.002 USD, just touching that support level down there basically. And the update was around the white scenario seems to be more probable. If the price is forming a larger wave 2 as shown in the chart in white, then the wave C needs to start soon. That was the 8th of September. So it actually started exactly there, right? And we're now moving up. And since then, I've obviously added some resistance levels that you can see on the chart now. Now there's some micro resistance here at 0.0059, 0.0075 and 1 cent. Let's first see if we can push a bit higher. Higher is possible still. I think it could still push a little higher here. Then along the way, we will adjust this support zone, which would be for an internal wave 4, and then one more high in wave 5. What I'd like to see at least is the 1.1 cent level reached, possibly higher. You know, the next resistances will be 1.37 and 1.73 cents, but it depends on how high the internal third wave goes. So that's how I structure it. It is a diagonal, it's not impulsive. And that could be wave C of the white wave 2 or wave C of the B wave. And then if we go back to the daily chart, I mean, if we then form this larger wave 2, essentially, but that will take a long time, then a third wave rally can send us overall higher long term. Need to adjust it. Could send us higher long term, but I think based on this rather, you could say, unreliable double bottom structure here, I don't see it as very likely that the wave 2 bottomed here already, even though we are holding above support. But I mean, I cannot justify this as can't really justify this as the low of wave 2. Also not really here. I mean, anything is possible. This is in interpretation, but it's currently, at least based on the structure and how it's behaving, not the most likely scenario. So I think at the moment we'll see if it can fill in all 5 waves. And when Verasity is doing that or has done that and should still push a bit higher, we'll take a look at where the crypto sector is. And, the trend is up locally, right? So we're focusing on higher. And if it breaks resistance, fine. All we'll do in this uptrend is to move up support. But we'll approach resistances like around 1.1 cents, 1.37, 1.73, where the risk will just increase, right? Because then these are the levels or the key pivots where such a C wave could then complete. That's the update about Verasity. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.